Welcome back to Melly Loves Death Metal, a rare Saturday upload. I actually am home all by myself this weekend. My family is gone all day today and tomorrow for a dance convention that I don't need to go to, so I'm happily taking my time back and listening to music and sleeping on the couch and just relaxing. It has been a long time since I've been home on a weekend, so I'm excited about that. But so I figured I've got time, nothing but time today, and I've got several new records to show off. Finally, we have a vinyl update that I've just accumulated over the last several weeks, and I was waiting for it to get big enough to do an update. So let's do a vinyl collection update. So I actually got a pretty insane package from Mark Riddick. He shot me an email about less than a week ago asking me if I had some certain albums in my Hemorrhage collection, because he had some that he was willing to part with. And I did have them on CD, with the exception of one thing that he sent me, but I recently started collecting the vinyl releases because Hemorrhage is one of my all-time favorite bands. And I've always wanted to have them in my vinyl collection, and Relapse has reissued some, Hell's Headbangers has, etc., 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 but I haven't really gone and bought them yet, except for one. And so he sent me them, which was awesome, but on top of that, he also sent me a bunch of other stuff too, like artwork and stuff like that I was just totally shocked about. So but I'm going to show you the records today. He also sent me a ton of stuff for like giveaways and stuff like that too, like a bunch of postcards and stuff like that. So in my giveaways, you're going to get some Mark Riddick art, which is awesome because he's, undoubtedly my favorite artist. Like, he literally is the reason why I love black and white artwork, especially when it comes to like death metal shirts and stuff like that, which is the reason why I did my logo that way and my artwork that way this time around. So yeah, everybody knows who Mark Riddick is. He's a legend. I actually did a giveaway with him a couple years ago where he made an original piece of artwork, and then I did it as a giveaway and gave it away to somebody. I think Mark G with the C actually ended up getting that. So pretty cool. But he has now sent me a bunch of stuff that I can use for a giveaway too. So pretty cool. So thank you so much, Mark. He's always been a huge supporter of this channel. Like I said, just one of my all-time favorite artists. Super grateful for him. And I love that this channel has allowed me to get to know him. One of those really cool perks that I didn't expect to happen. So first off, he did send me a CD. I know this is a vinyl collection update, but I did want to show it really quick. I did not have the Hemorrhage or DNAC split yet. This was one of the few that I was still searching. And I know that it's out there, and I definitely could have probably found it on I probably could have found it somewhere for a relatively decent price, but I just haven't prioritize this particular split yet. But this is Rika Putresence Records release, and then Sacrum I can't fucking talk split release. So yeah, awesome. So now I finally have this. I'm going to be playing this today. Again, I've been trying to collect, and I don't usually collect splits or anything like that for any other band. This is about the only band that I do that for. So he sent me that. And then he also sent me 2 Hemorrhage Records vinyls that I did not have in my collection. But when he told me what versions they were, I was like, I want those, just because of what versions they were. So here's Apology for Pathology. And yes, this did just get a reissue on Relapse. I have this on CD as well. But this is the Hell's Headbangers reissue that they did. How long ago was it? Does it say on here? It doesn't say. But these are some of the reissues that I originally wanted for my collection, because I like what they did with these. So you've got a spot gloss cover there, some spot glossing on the back, and these are in phenomenal shape. So yeah, as soon as he told me that they were the Hell's Headbangers reissues and stuff, I was like, yeah, I'll take them over the Relapse ones, no doubt. A really nice thick inner sheet with lyrics and liner notes and all that stuff. And then classic black. There's the sticker. So yeah, that was the first one. So I could not say no to that. This was so cool. The next one is actually the one that really was the reason why I was like, yes, please send them, because this is the version that I wanted on vinyl originally. Hell's Headbangers did reissue this one last year, or yeah, with the different cover art, but here is Anatomical Inferno. This is my favorite cover art version of it. As you know, Hell's is different. It's that other like green variant. I have the CD version of this, but having this on, this is actually just going to be 100% honest with you. This is probably a grail of mine. I've wanted this cover version in my collection in terms of vinyl. So when I saw that that's what that was, I was so happy. So this was put out by Plague Island Records, and I forgot where they're from, so let me pull it up really quick. It's not a very well-known thing for me. I don't think I've really owned much of their stuff. It is a underground death metal punk label out of Sweden. So yeah, and then I wanted to see when this actually was pressed, because I forgot. Here we go. 2009. So this is a 2009 version, and I was super pumped when I saw it. And it was also by Goryfied Productions, so I don't know if that's like a sub label of them or something. Yeah, anyway, there we go. Dude, so awesome. And then here's the back. I was so pumped when I saw this. And actually, it's funny, this one does have a little bit of aging, as you can see inside the jacket, which, no biggie to me. I could care less. And then I have not transferred the inner sleeves yet. I have my MoFi inner sleeves that I will put these records in. But this is the version that obviously comes with Anatomical Inferno. So this is like the layout that Hell's Headbangers used on their recent reissue. And that it's been reissued this way several times too. And then just, you know, classic black here. Again, I need to transfer this out. And then this also came with a second LP, and it has Loathe songs on it, which is the version that I wanted. So I actually hope, I have the CD, but pretty cool to have this version of it on vinyl now. So yeah, bonus LP including the songs of Loathe songs. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, this has just been a copy that I've been wanting for a while and haven't been able to find it for a good price. I mean, I just looked it up now, and I think $70 is what it's going for on Discogs, and there's like one version of it. So yeah, this was a girl. So thank you so much, Mark. And I went on a whim, like I just assumed that it wasn't the latest reissue. I had it because he didn't say like the year. I don't think he did anyway. Maybe he said the record release. I don't know, but whatever he said in his email, I can't remember right now. I should go back and look. Was like, that was an instant yes, because I had a feeling it was the version that I wanted. Either way, I would have been happy with what he sent me, because again, I knew it was probably gonna be something I didn't actually have. So, but yeah, man, this is so good. I was so excited about that. And then the last thing was something he just threw in there. And admittedly, I don't have any of their stuff in my collection, which is a surprise, because I do quite like this band quite a lot, and they're rather legendary when it comes to the death grind, you know, gore grind scene. And this is Putresence. And I think they just played a show fairly recently, like within the last couple of days. And I don't remember who it was with. Was it with Nuclear Remains? I don't remember. But yeah, he sent me this, brand new. It was completely sealed. Obviously, I opened it and, you know, put it in a jacket and stuff. But this is Dawn of the Necrofecalizer. So yeah, Canadian band here. I feel like they're pretty legendary. Like, I don't know if you, I mean, at least within the scene. It looks like they're split up now, but I swear I saw that they were playing a live show fairly recently, like within the last couple of days. So yeah, I don't own any of their stuff, but now I have their first full length from 2016. Thanks to Mark. This came out on 1% Records. Yeah, I don't know, but it's funny because they have a MySpace link on here, which is where I know them from. So that's really funny. They're definitely a MySpace band for me. And then a nice little small printed inner sheet here of the lyrics, and then a nice photo collage on this side. So yeah, and it's just classic black vinyl right there So yeah, I actually spun this today. Pretty fun listen. Again, I'm shocked I don't own any of this stuff. So now I might go back and check out their other albums. They have a couple other albums out after this. This is the one that I'm most familiar with. So yeah, pretty cool collection added to my collection. So I was really pumped about that. So once again, thank you so much, Mark Riddick. Again, just truly blown away. Like I said, he sent me a million postcards to put in, to do as giveaways and put in orders that I might be doing and stuff like that. So if you get anything from me within the next several months, because this is going to take me months to get rid of, you'll have one of these in your package if you buy something for me, or if I do giveaways, which I'm going to do giveaways, because he also sent me a ton of like prints and stuff that I can use as giveaways. So some of these I'm actually going to keep for myself. My room is going to look like a Mark Riddick art museum. The one cool thing that he did send me that I was so stoked about was an original piece of artwork that he did for Afterbirth from one of their earlier albums that they pressed within the last couple of years. Ironically, I don't own it, so I need to find it now. That was pretty cool too. So yeah, when I get my rooms, I'm finally situating my room and hanging up artwork and stuff, I'll do another room tour. It's been a while since I've done something like that. So thank you, Mark. All right, moving on. We've got several records to get through. This is gonna be a longer video today. I did a order on Discogs. This is another band that I'm slowly starting to get all of their discography on vinyl records. I have them all on tape and CD, but I've always wanted them on vinyl, and that is Defeated Sanity. I found this on Discogs for $20. I was like, wow, that's a really, really good deal. A chapter of Repugnance. So obviously I've talked about Defeated Sanity 1,000 times on here. I would say probably like a maybe third or fourth favorite album by them, but I do really like this album a lot. This is a Willow Tip pressing that I believe, I don't remember what year it was pressed, but yeah, I saw it on Discogs for $20. The seller goes by the name of Sludge _ and his name is Sam, and was an amazing deal, and I snagged it because, again, I'm slowly getting these back. I know Willow Tip has a bunch of these available on their site too. They've got Sanguinary Impetus and Dharma and a couple of others that they've recently reissued within the last year or two that are still available. But I'm slowly getting them. I'm not buying them all at once. So here we go. It is a really nice gatefold. And the thing that I was happy about this, and I'll tell you in a minute why I snagged this version and not what I can probably find either elsewhere. There's the gatefold, no printed inner sheet, is that this is just a classic black copy. I need to change the inner sleeve again. And the reason why I was happy to see that is because I love Willow Tip records, don't get me wrong here, okay? It's like I'm not saying that I won't buy from them or anything like that, but they usually press like two different variants or styles of vinyl when it comes to their releases. They have like a normal colored version that's slightly more expensive, and then they have those eco versions that are way more mass, like a lot more copies of it, not as limited. You can even get them on Amazon, and I can't stand eco vinyl. It just does not sound good. And so I just, I was happy that this was just plain black, because I knew that the sound quality would be good, and I didn't have to try and fight through, trying to figure out what color variant I have and stuff like that. So again, not a shot at them. I understand like why they're doing it, etc. But just, I was happy to see that this was just a plain classic black. So thank you so much, Sam. He also sent a nice little, so he recognized my name on Discogs, which is funny because I don't remember what my screen name is. Let me go look now. I can't remember. Funny enough, what my what it was. Well, now that I have the order up, I'll see what version of this was. It was pressed in 2018. So yeah, that's why I grabbed this one, because I knew that it was the one that I would probably want. So it's Melly Burke Metal. Melly is like a nickname I've had my whole life. But I have I Love Death Metal as a icon, so he probably recognized me from that. So he realized that's who I was when I put the order in. And so he left a nice little post-it note on the inside and said, I love your channel. I sent in a couple of extra stuff too for you. And what he sent me was really good. So he obviously does watch my channel, because what he sent me was right on par. So he sent me a Trevor Strnad patch. I remember seeing these circulating. I never bought them because, again, I don't really collect patches, but I will hold on to this one, which, again, I thought that was cool. And then, of course, the King Diamond Halloween patch, which I thought was awesome. So thank you so much. He also sent me a Hell's Headbangers compilation, which I have a ton of these, so I'll be throwing these in order and giveaway. And then he also sent me a CD that I was not too familiar with. I know who they are because I recognize them on Comatose, but Creme Flesh. Probably should cover that artwork. I just realized what that was. So yeah, I gotta check this out now. So thank you so much. So yeah, he's got a bunch of awesome stuff on Discogs for sale. He's got like over 800 items, tons of death metal, great cassettes and stuff like that. I'll link in the description his Discog store if you want to check him out. Fast shipping, just great. Like, he's got a bunch of vinyl tapes, everything. I mean, tons of stuff that actually is sold out now on other sites. Like, there's some Cerebral Rot stuff here that I know is completely sold out. There's a Disembowelment reissue that was recently put out by Relapse, and he's got a couple of, like, pretty high-priced items, but that's because they're, like, first pressings and totally sold out and worth the price if you're, like, the right collector for it, too. So, yeah. That was the second package that I get in. Okay. Now we're going into my regular orders now. I mean, Discogs was a regular order too. I've had this for a couple weeks. I talked about it very briefly on a video. I've shown it off on Instagram already. But yeah, the new Bodybox. Their first ever full length, just titled 3, which is for Dale Earnhardt, I believe. I'm not a NASCAR fan, so I don't really care. But yeah, Bodybox on Maggot Stomp, brutal death metal band out of Florida. I would say goofy brutal death metal. They definitely are on the more goofier side. Definitely don't take themselves too seriously, but also very fun. This is not for everybody, but I've been a huge fan of this band ever since they released their EP on Maggot Stomp, Through the Bonfire. I mean, they're from Florida. They're actually from Orlando, I believe, which is, as everybody knows, like an hour and a half away from me. So yeah. And then I also have like their compilation CD, Microwaved Weave and Through the Bonfire. So yeah, we know who Bodybox are. So this is their newest release. This just came out, what was the date? Let me see here. March 21st. So it's been a month that this has been out now, which is crazy. So here is the artwork. I believe this was done by Gruesome Graphics. Let me check really quick. And then here's the back, the Dale Earnhardt 3 with the weed, the pot leaf flowing through it. Cover. Oh no, sorry, it's Worm Walk. Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was Gruesome Graphics. It looks a little bit similar. So anyway, lyrics, liner notes, thank yous, and stuff like that. And then I pre-ordered this through Night Shift merch because I knew it would come quicker than if I got it through Closed Casket, which is where Mac Stomp's store is now, which was true. I got this like the next day after it was shipped because, again, Night Shift is out in Ormond Beach, which is about 3 hours away from me. So yeah, this like murky clear with the pink and white splatter. Very cool. So yeah, this is a really fun album. Heavy as hell. Again, if you're into that style of brutal death metal, there's a little bit of slam elements on here as too. They've got some features on here. Good in there, I believe. Let's see here. Who is it from? They've got Street Soldier, Volcano, which I believe is a hardcore band, I think, and then Snuffed on Sight, which is a slam band that has also got stuff on Maggot Stamp and Barbaric Brutality and stuff like that. I know they're like close friends. So that actually... Skimping Fucking Idiots featuring Snuffed on Sight is actually my favorite track on this album. It's just so good and so heavy and so fun. So again, this is not for everybody. Oh, duh. Wormwalk's fucking signature is right there on the cover. I didn't even see it. I understand why people don't really care too much for this band, but I really enjoy them, so I was happy to get this. So going to be one of my favorite listens this year, too. It's just fun. It's good time, good fun. Okay, and the next, I got some vinyl through Iron Fortress. Yes, he has a distro, and he often has things that are either sold out or European releases that are just so much cheaper to get from him because of the shipping and all that stuff. And funny enough, two bands that I actually featured on my channel years ago. Evan reached out to me about Caustic Phlegm, definitely for sure, and then Chestcrush. So these are both of his bands. But when Chestcrush first came out, when he first released his demo of June 2020, he sent it to me. I actually sold several copies of it too for him. He sent me a shirt and everything like that. So I premiered this and did a giveaway and talked about the demo of 2020, and since then, like, Chestcrush has just taken off. It's phenomenal. One of, Evan's just such a talented musician, and you can see that he can do different styles of music because he is also Caustic Phlegm. But Chestcrush came out with a new album. We'll talk about this first, and then I'll get to Caustic Phlegm this year. That I hadn't listened to yet, but I saw a lot of people talking about it. It's circulating on Instagram. It actually came out a couple of weeks ago, I believe. Almost 2 months ago, April 4th. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this album. There you go. Band out of the UK, blackened death metal. They also have another full-length release that came out in 2021, which sadly I need to get. That was also very good. But this is, I think, by far their best stuff they put out so far. Simply phenomenal. This is crushingly heavy, blackened death metal, lots of dissonance, a lot of just so crushing, suffocating in all the best ways, and I love that artwork here. Cool to see that this band is now starting to get more exposure and more people talking about them. I think this is self-released. I don't see a record label. So that's why I bought it through Iron Fortress, because I knew that the shipping was going to be rather expensive. Printed inner sheet here of these lyrics or liner notes. Lyrics, and then some cool artwork on this side. The art is done by Adam Medford. Oh, that's the inlay art. And then the cover art was done by Vladimir Shebekov. I don't know. Okay. If you want to pause it and read there, if my camera would focus. So there you go. Yeah. An awesome album. Like I said, not really the music that I've been in the mood for lately. I've been more listening to like brutal death metal slam. But this album caught my attention when I finally listened to it on YouTube. It's on like a bunch of promotion site death metal channels. I got the like clear with black smoke inside of it. And there is a classic black version as well. Just an incredible album. I really, really enjoy this. It's definitely getting me more back into the mood for this style of music. This is the style of music I listened to a ton last year. Chestcrush. Awesome album. And then finally, the last thing I got is, again, Caustic Flem. This is the new album by Caustic Flem, Evan's other band that is death metal within some like gore grind, grindy elements to it, but definitely very filthy, disgusting death metal, just putrid and gross and sonically filthy and just very HM2 buzzsaw-y, filthy death metal, like I said, with those gore grind elements. He actually sent me, Corpse Gristle sent me Putrefying Flesh, the demo from 2022 when it first came out, and sent me several copies. I actually did giveaways of that too. But this is Purulent Apocalypse. This is out on Hell's Headbangers. Came out on tape, CD, and vinyl. I went with the vinyl, even though I have all of their tapes that they've put out, because of this. The artwork was too good not to have on a larger format here. But I still might actually pick up the cassette tape too, just to match formats, but eventually not right now. And then liner notes. The cover art is done by Gory Corey Torn Limbs. I love that. I love that cover art. And then this is the record a very awesome splatter colored edition, which matches the album artwork perfectly. So Hell's Headbangers put this out. Literally crushing and sick, gore grind, perversity, hammering to many mid-tempos. This caveman puts a darker twist on the genre. Heaviest tone of the year. I agree with that. It's simply phenomenal. Again, yeah, it's that gore grind death metal, more gore grind sounding than anything, but just so good, so filthy, so heavy and crushing. So these two bands that Evan is in are so totally different. Like, you would never know. You would never know. But yeah, Caustic Phlegm is awesome. And I'm gotta find those videos where I talked about, I have so many videos up, it's hard to find. But yeah, so that is the final record that I got in my collection. Probably gonna be a while before you see some more vinyl, because I haven't bought anything else since then. I don't think I have anyway. Oh no, I the new Hemorrhage. The new Hemorrhage from Hell's Headbangers, that should be coming. That's the latest vinyl pre-order that I did. But otherwise, yeah, that's all I have. Hope you're having a great weekend. Happy Saturday, and I'll see you in the next one.